Hire very good building developer. Or don't. I'm not a beggar. End of commercial.
Hello, Frankie Cordova here at the Cordova Show. We've been answering your questions on what is happening to the teleprompter, because it keeps bugging out. So once I get my lines back, rather than telling you, I think I'd rather show you. Right now on the internet, problem is, things on the internet have to be fast. So what we're going to do is probably one of the fastest talk shows ever, called Show Zero. This may be awkward, but Anchor 2 was supposed to make our DDR for our intro. A little drama back there. Well, here it is, Show Zero. Tiffany, announce me.
And here he is, Frankie Cordova!
Well, please welcome 1/7 of our house band, Sean, the keyboard player.
Thanks, boss.
All right, anyways, to start off with a joke, 2 anchors from Jag TV Internet Weekend Update are immediately terminated due to their unprofessional behavior. Wait, didn't that just happen a minute ago? Where are my jokes?
We had some technological difficulties.
Is that even a word? Moving on. Now, here is our guest. He is the department chair for the communications department at South Alabama. Despite recovering from his recent throat surgery, he's here with his new novel, When the Cock Crows, A History of the Pathé Exchange. Please welcome Dr. Ward. Hey, how you doing today? Oh, I'm doing fine myself. Thank you for asking. Check out his newest novel, When the Cock Crows, A History of the Pathé Exchange. Dr. Richard Ward! And now, here's a word from our sponsor.
Coke Zero. It tastes good. Back to you.
And now, for our musical guest, hailed from Mobile, Alabama, here to play his first chord from his self-titled album, please welcome Sir Charles!
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah! There it is, guys. Sir Charles with his new song. If you want to hear the whole thing, get the album. Anything you'd like to add on Coke Zero, Tiffany?
I once put a lemon in it. It's pretty good that way. Back to you.
Thanks a lot. Now, stay tuned as we ring in the new year for our first real show. If you have any questions, go to teamfrankie.com and someone just got hurt. Here to take us out is our main dancer.
But where are they?
They're invisible, folks. High tech.
Hello and welcome to the Jaguar Network giveaway. I'm your host today, Jason Kreider. Today we will have 3 lucky contestants picked from our studio audience for a chance to win a 3-night stay at the Airbnb Breakfast House in Bon Secour, Alabama. I know I'm excited. I hope everyone out there is as well. If you're not familiar with Airbnb, let me tell you a bit about the company and how they got started. Founded in 2008 by 3 college roommates in San Francisco, California, they essentially opened up their apartment at the time to people coming in from out of town, giving them a reasonable place to stay at a reasonable price and without the monotony of a hotel. So, since then, Airbnb, which stands for Air, Bed, and Breakfast, has been globally sourced out to major international cities such as Milan, Paris, Copenhagen, Berlin, London, and even Sao Paulo, Brazil. Now a multi-billion-dollar company, Airbnb essentially gives anyone with an RV, boat, house, apartment, shed, even a tree house, the chance to earn extra income and paying just a small percentage to Airbnb for the opportunity to do so. Okay, Airbnb is an amazing company with amazing opportunity for anyone with those resources. All right. So, let's get started, okay? Are my three contestants out there today? We're going to hand pick them, okay? Now, for this giveaway, we're going to ask that everyone in the studio audience please reach under their seats and see if you find a white envelope, okay? All right. Everyone, I see one. I see two. All right, I see three happy individuals out there with white envelopes. So I'm going to ask you guys to come on up. Come on up to the stage. Contestant number one, table one, please. Look at this guy. He's happy. Contestant number two, right there. Contestant number three. My God, I got to get to another area code to talk to you, big guy. All right. Okay. So everyone has their places here. I'm going to come down the line. I'm going to start with contestant one. Contestant one, what's your name?
Colton Howard.
And where are you from?
Jacksonville, Alabama.
Jacksonville, Alabama. Okay. What made you come down to South?
It was as far away as I could get from home and still pay in state tuition.
Man, isn't that the dream we're all chasing, right? Okay. Contestant number two, what's your name?
Hey, I'm Francisco Cordova.
Francisco Cordova. And where are you from, sir?
I'm from Foley, Alabama.
Foley, Alabama. That's my neck of the woods. Go Lions. All right. And, sir, contestant number three, what is your name?
My name's Kevin Morris.
Kevin Morris. And where are you from, sir?
I'm from Dothan, Alabama.
Dothan, Alabama, home of the Ross Clark Circle and 15 Burger Kings. That's all I saw when I went there. I can tell you that. All right. Is everyone excited? Okay. Great, great, great. Well, I'm going to ask that you pick up your envelopes right now. Okay. Now, does everyone understand what we're having a chance to win here? Airbnb, located in beautiful Bonsecours, Alabama, is just minutes north of the sugar white sands of Gulf Shores. I think you're in for a treat. Take your lady friend over there, perhaps, or whatever, your significant other. Huh? It's going to be a honeymoon. I should see more excitement from you guys on this. This is a great place to stay, okay? All right. At the count of 5, I'm going to have each one of you guys open up your envelopes, please. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. What do we got there? Let's pull them out. Let's see what we got. Are you the winner? Kevin Morris from Dothan, Alabama is the winner. This guy here, oh, man. Well, we'll have to build a new stage for him jumping up and down in here like that. My gosh. So, Kevin, are you excited?
Very excited.
Very excited? What you planning to do over there that close to the beach in Paradise?
I'm probably going to sleep, eat, and sleep some more.
Man, sounds exciting. I don't know about you, but this guy right here is a party animal. Kevin, I'm going to show you a bit of this place. Look at this lovely river setting here. You guys see that at home? Drop those. You guys see that at home? The lovely Bonsecours River, so tranquil, peaceful. Kevin's going to do nothing but sleep there, I can tell you that right now. Well, guys, that's about all the time we have today. I want to thank each and every one of you for participating. Kevin, congratulations to you again, sir. And I want to say, everyone out there, thank you for joining us today at the Jaguar Network giveaway. And have a great day. Go Jags.
Hello, everyone. I'm Francisco Cordova. Here with me today is movie lover and critic Cody Byers. Today we'll be counting down the top 5 worst movies of 2019.
Some of these movies might have been a crowd favorite. However, we are looking at multiple different aspects which makes a movie bad. Perhaps it's production mishaps like continuity errors or ridiculously convenient plot points.
At number 4, Hellboy. Released on April 12th, 2019, it sits at a 5.2 on the IMDb scale. A terrible reboot.
Besides the grotesque CGI monsters and easily forgotten characters with important roles, it has been made aware by David Harbour that they had the too many cooks in the kitchen problem. There was an inconsistency in vision and design. Plot seems everywhere and very rarely kept a consistent stream of good content on the screen. This allowed it to have a 16% on the Rotten Tomatoes score.
Moving on to the next movie at number 3, Glass. Released on January 18th, 2019, this movie failed in comparison to its predecessor, the superhero origin movie, Unbreakable. I was excited to hear the news about a world being built around our very realistic and unlikely hero, David Dunn. However, the plot of Glass undermined the leads. Instead of showing a progression of powers which leads to an epic battle and potentially an explosion of stories, the desire to water down our leads will leave them spinning their tires, stuck in only subpar origin movies in the future. Basically, they didn't set themselves up for successful future installments.
Moving on to our number 2 spot, we have Captain Marvel, released on March 8th, 2019. This movie did well at the box office, taking a $152 million budget and bringing in more than $1 billion. It is one of the 8 Marvel movies that has grossed over $1 billion. However, this movie, compared to the other Marvel movies, just lacks substance and adequate character development. You'd think 2 hours of screen time would be enough time to get to know a character. The only thing we know about Captain Marvel is that she was once a young girl who kept getting up. There's no real story. Captain Marvel literally has done nothing to further the overall story of the MCU.
And at number 1, Cats. Released December 20th, 2019. 2.8 out of 10 on the IMDb scale. Being a movie with so many A-list actors and failing like it did deserves to be in this list. First of all, there was a common denominator that warded off much of the general public. The human-like creatures they called cats. What's interesting is that we really don't know why we like or dislike things. We can attach words and try to express ourselves and emotions, but sometimes things are just explicitly wrong. Like cats with human faces are wrong! Or cats with human hands and faces are... It's just weird. Before the movie release, the director praised the new game-changing technology that allowed for this to happen. But in my opinion, it just looks like a really bad Instagram filter.
Agreeable.
With the release of the first trailer, memes were made about how dreadful it is. Since the real C of that first trailer, Cats was doomed to fail. Did you get to see Cats?
I really didn't get to go watch it. I read all the criticism about it, and it just really didn't interest me how people would have cats' faces and hands. It's just creeped me out.
Yeah. Every time my brother watched that trailer, I think he was about to cough up a hairball. Well, those were the top 4 worst movies of 2019.
This is a very opinionated segment, so we'd like to know if you agree with the list or if there are any movies we'd missed. Follow us on Instagram at Charles_Flow16.
Thank you for watching, and in the future, make better viewing choices. Have a good day.
Later.
Please welcome the director of The Babe Magnet, Trenton Davis.
Hey there. How's it going?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm doing all right.
All right. Good to hear it. Now, tell me a little bit more about yourself.
Well, I'm from Birmingham originally, Birmingham, Alabama, and then, spent my first 18 years there, and then now I've been at USA for the past 4 years, studying communications and theater.
Interesting. So, when you were a little kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
That's a good question. For a while, I wanted to be a magician, actually, and then a musician. I didn't really know what kind of musician, but I liked to play the piano when I was younger. But I liked magic tricks. I was always focused on making things, and for a little bit I wanted to be an author, like write books and children's books. I wrote, at the time, what I would have called a musical, in fifth grade, a couple of songs with lyrics, and, you don't compose them or anything, but by the time of middle school, I was just writing a bunch of things, so I always liked making things.
Nice. So you're a man of many talents.
I wouldn't say talents, but yeah, a man of many. Let's call it that. Yeah, sure.
So how did you end up pursuing film? I hear you also act?
Yeah, a little bit here and there. So it started in middle school. I started getting on YouTube and, just doing videos with my friends. And when I got to high school, I started taking it a little more seriously. I did some broadcasting stuff. And I always just loved working with the camera and videoing things. And then when I found out how to tell a story, like make videos and movies and actually write the screenplay for those movies, when I got to college, I decided, might as well do that. So I focused in digital cinema and television here. Very nice.
So tell me, what is the process of, writing? What is your vision, or what are you inspired to write? What inspires you to write your films?
Well, I think, as creators or as writers or as people, we like to take the things that are important to us and we like to write them down on paper or on music. I like to write them into scripts, and so I like to write characters that maybe symbolize or reference the things that I go on in my life. And I, of course, make it a little more abstract and exaggerated. But that's really all that a movie is tales from many years of your life.
Right, sort of like almost like a mirror, kind of.
Sure, yeah. I think Seth MacFarlane, creator of Family Guy, at one point he said that the one thing that they want to do with Family Guy is they just basically hold a mirror up to the United States, which I think is hilarious because Family Guy is such a ridiculous, absurd show, but it's so funny, and at times it gets to be really real because look at you, America. You are stupid. You are ignorant. You are rude and pretentious, and that's basically what they're saying.
Right. Through comedy, you can really convey.
Sure, absolutely. I would think so.
Interesting. So, do you have any inspirational quotes for us?
Inspirational quotes. I don't know who said it, but it was in a movie once. Comfort is the enemy of progress. I firmly believe that. I think with anything that you do, whether it be finishing college or losing weight, anything, when you get comfortable, that it tends to be the enemy of progress. And so I try not to get too comfortable in my life.
Very true. Very wise and inspirational.
You.
So, who is your favorite American actor or actress, and why?
It's a good question. Coming up off the top of my head, as funny as it is, I think he's one of my big inspirations because of the kind of movies that he did. Nicolas Cage, everybody kind of dogs on him, and he's so stereotypical for just being crazy. But I love National Treasure. That was the movie that really did it for me growing up, and I like his absurdism of acting. I'd say Nicolas Cage is a fine actor.
Definitely makes him very unique.
Absolutely, yeah, I would say so.
And who is your favorite Disney character?
I would say maybe Chicken Little. Is that Disney? Yeah, Chicken Little was Disney. I think so. Yeah, I loved Chicken Little growing up. He thought the sky was falling, and then it turns out he wasn't crazy after all.
Great. So, what's your most embarrassing childhood memory, if you remember one?
I don't think. I guess in like kindergarten or something, I couldn't tie my shoes, right? And so my mom tells me, I don't remember it because it was so long ago, but my mom tells me of just being stubborn, and that's how I am today, just a stubborn guy. But I never wanted to learn how to tie my shoes, and so I actually got in trouble because I tripped, and the teacher was like, "Hey, he didn't want to tie his shoes," and then I'm like, "Well, Sorry, I guess. So anyway, eventually I did learn how to tie my shoes, but just barely.
Oh, that makes me think of that Spider-Man movie where somebody tells him his shoes untied, and he's like, I know, it's a choice.
Right, it's a choice. Yeah, I don't want to tie my shoes. Or like in the movie Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, when he sprayed on his shoes because I guess he didn't want to tie his shoes, and then he could never get them off. So I guess the lessons we learn in life, right?
Yeah. So who has influenced you the most throughout your life and your career?
As far as filmmaking goes, there's this filmmaker on YouTube. He hosts the Film Riot channel, so it's basically they do DIY versions of how to make movies, and then now he's actually about to get his first feature deal. But Ryan Conley. Ryan Conley, look him up on YouTube. Film Riot. I love him. They've got over 1 million subscribers now. But my favorite part about him is that he's so humble and really shows how to do filmmaking together.
That's great. I'll have to check him out.
Yeah, Ryan Conley.
So, who is your favorite football team from the NFL?
You know, I don't like to admit this, but I don't know anything about sports. The Super Bowl was the other day, and I couldn't even tell you who was playing. I just found out that Shakira was the halftime performer, and I didn't know that. I didn't watch the game, so no is the answer.
Don't feel bad. I wasn't watching it either.
Yeah, no. Apparently 10 million people watch it, but not me, so sorry. Yeah.
We got like film stuff.
Sure, we got more important things to worry about than football, right? Absolutely.
All right, so I know you just finished writing the script for your next film. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. So a couple of us over here in the communications department, Gray Armstrong is going to be directing it. It's called Marty Makes a Movie. I wrote the screenplay for it, and we're actually still in pre-production right now, but we're supposed to be shooting it later this year in the summer. The synopsis, I would say, is basically a college student inherits a really big amount of money from some distant relative that he didn't even know, and he goes through some changes throughout the process, and he decides to make a movie. So Marty Makes a Movie.
So what an appropriate name. About making a movie.
It is. Yeah, a little bit of a Inception kind of thing there, or whatever. A dream within a dream. Movie within a movie. Yeah,
cool.
Absolutely.
Very interesting. Well, I can't wait to see that.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for being on our show.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah. It's been very nice talking to you.
Thank you. You too.
So I've been Frankie Cordova. Stay tuned. We're going to commercials, and we'll be right back with another segment. Hello. My name is Francisco Cordova, and for today's movie review, we will be talking about the cult classic anime movie, Akira. Akira, released in 1988, was based on the manga that goes by the same name. Katsuhiro Otomo, who originally wrote the manga, also directed the film so that he could determine what parts of the manga would not make it into the movie. Akira also had the highest budget of any animated film at the time. The movie takes place in 2019, in Neo-Tokyo, after the original Tokyo was destroyed in a massive explosion. We follow two teenagers, Kaneda and Tetsuo. They are in a biker gang called the Capsules, and they are fighting a rival gang at the start of the movie. After surviving a motorcycle crash, Tetsuo starts to develop psychic powers and is taken by the government for experimentation, with the other three children that they already have. Kaneda attempts to save him with the help of an anti-government group who are trying to save these kids, but Tetsuo's power has gotten a lot stronger. He now seeks another psychic child that rivals his own power. His name is Akira. Kaneda and friends attempt to stop Tetsuo before his lust for power kills everyone, including himself. He finds where Akira is located, but it's just his remains. Kaneda confronts Tetsuo, trying to stop him, but fails. He does injure Tetsuo, though. Tetsuo retreats to the Olympic Stadium. We'll get to that in a minute, along with Akira's remains. At this point, Tetsuo starts losing control of his power, and his body gradually morphs into a giant abomination that consumes everything in its path. The other psychic children manage to summon Akira back as a means to stop Tetsuo. Akira starts to destroy the city by releasing a powerful blast of psychic energy. After that, the movie just kind of ends. I'll also talk about this later. Now let's go more in depth. This film is a crowning achievement for animated films before they went all CGI. First, let's talk about the visuals. It is beautiful to look at. The crazy thing about this movie is that every single frame of animation is hand-drawn. That's 160,000 cells of animation. This causes the animation to be extremely smooth and make it feel alive. A cool thing to note as well, they had to create several new colors for the movie, most notably Akira Red. These colors were used for the trails of light that came from the bikes. These also add a suspense of realism to the movie. Let's move on to the sound department. The music was a combination of traditional Japanese music mixed with 80s synth style. This gave the movie a truly more futuristic feel to it. The voice acting was something special as well. Usually when an anime is made, the animation will come first, and then actors will dub over the animation. With Akira, the voice lines were done before the animation, which was unique for the movie. What this did was made delivery of the lines more lifelike, which helped the movie come alive more. Also, that thing about the Olympic Stadium that they were building in the movie was already in the original manga. Otomo predicted that Japan would host the 2020 Olympics almost 30 years before it happened. This is crazy to think about. Now, let's talk about the manga that the film is based on. I say based on because it is not a true adaptation. The manga was written before, during, and after the movie. The final volume was released in 1990, 2 years after the movie was released. Most of the books were completely cut from the movie, which leaves the second act of the movie pretty confusing for a lot of viewers. This was confusing for the ending, because it was a satisfying ending, but also really confusing. The ending to the movie is better explained in the manga, but still we are talking about a movie here. The reason that so much was cut out was because of time constraints. If everything from the manga was in the film, the movie would be too long. So a lot of material was cut, and the movie is still about 2 hours long. Overall, Akira is a fantastic movie to watch. The visuals are amazing, and the voice acting is top-notch in the Japanese dub. The only thing holding it back is its confusing plot. And with that concludes my review of Akira. My name is Francisco Cordova. Thanks for watching. Hello, and welcome to You Would Like to Know. I'm your host, Francisco Cordova, and today we have with us a few interesting contestants that would like to know. These two will be asked questions that most people may or may not know, but would like to know. The questions are interesting and common as well. These contestants are great people, ready to compete and win. Please welcome our guests, Tiffany and Morgan.
Thank you, Francois. My name is Tiffany. I am from Pascagoula, Mississippi, though I did not grow up there. I'm really into film stuff. That's why I'm here. I'm also doing this. I was asked to do this. I really suck at bios. Go ahead, Morgan.
Great. Thanks, Tiffany. Well, hey, I'm Morgan. I grew up in Saraland, Alabama. I like film. I like music. I like dancing. I like acting. And I like games. So, Frankie, let's start the game.
Cool. Well, your bios weren't long enough, so I'll give mine.
Well
done.
You
see, it all started back when I was born. Sorry. Well, thank you, guys. So, the rules are simple. I ask a question, and you both write your answers on your paper, in case you were wondering why you had paper. If the answer is correct, you get 10 points. If it's wrong, you get no points. The first person to 50 points, or the one with the most points after the 5 questions have been asked, wins. You get 20 seconds to answer. After the 20 seconds are up, you have to put your pencil down. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
All right, let's start with our first question. Who played Neo in the first Matrix movie? You have 20 seconds to answer, starting now. And time is up. let us see what your answers are.
Do we show them at the same time?
I guess.
All right,
Yeah.
bet.
That is correct, Keanu Reeves.
Keanu.
You both get 10 points. All right. The next question. What element begins with K and is the planet fictional hero Superman was born on? You have 20 seconds to answer, starting now.
We should have like commentary for this, Tiffany.
Like what, Morgan?
Like, I don't know, Tiffany. Like,
While they're taking 20 seconds to answer, a word from our sponsors. Drink a very specific brand of soda. It tastes good. You should know if you would drink the soda, not alcohol.
I was about to say
don't
alcohol.
condone alcohol.
Oh, I do.
All right, and time is up. Ladies, let's see your answers. That is correct, Krypton. Need a live studio audience. Somebody, come on, everybody, clap.
Yeah, that's it. Do you remember that show?
Yeah, that's
Crypto
better.
Dog?
I don't know if our mics will pick that up, but we'll see. All right, on to the next question. How long can the human body survive without food? Get
Your mom?
And time is up. All right. Let's see what your answers are.
Well, for me, like 2 days.
Oh, I'm sorry, but that is not correct.
It was 3 days.
21 days. The human body can go 21 days without food. I don't know whose body they were measuring, but
It's not mine.
Not mine. Might be 21 minutes. How did people do that?
Okay, on to the next round. But before that, let me ask you, how are y'all feeling about this game?
I don't know. I don't like the way you're hanging over me right now on that podium.
You look so creepy. What's going on?
Did you back up, sir? You are not Steve Harvey.
All right, survey says, next question. What actor is known for playing the Grinch Who Stole Christmas? You have 20 seconds to answer.
Shoot, wait a minute. Yep.
Just to specify, it was the live-action Grinch we're
Not
looking
the
for.
anime one. Gotcha.
Because now I believe...
Into?
And let's see those answers.
Wait, I'm not done drawing. Okay, cool.
Yes, Jim Carrey is correct. Come on, audience.
Where's the
Come on.
claps at, dude?
We need like the light up here. Anyway. All right. So, for the fifth question and the last round, I'll make a rule change. This question is worth 20 points. It could cause a comeback or a crushing defeat for one of you contestants. However, you're both tied, so a comeback's not really part of the meta game going on right here.
Darn.
But if one of you get it wrong, then one of you will win. That's how games work.
But, yeah.
So, here's the final question. What is the only rock regularly eaten by humans? You have 20 seconds.
Copyrighted.
All right, time's up. Let's see the answers.
Oh, wait, I'm an idiot. Have a rock candy like an idiot.
You know, for ingenuity, I'm going to give you 5 points.
I'll take
but
it.
Tiffany is our winner.
That's right.
Salt is the answer we were looking for.
Clearly, I'm not good at science. This is why I'm a film student.
Well, thank you all so much for playing, and thank you for joining us today on You Would Like to Know, Wouldn't You? My name is Francisco Cordova, and that's all for us today. Ciao.
Ciao.